Hi, my name is Sharif Ahmed, Client Service Manager at Vinci Hair Clinic. Today I'll be telling you the difference between two very interesting and common methods of transplants, the FUT and the FUE. Now, the FUT is basically follicular unit transfer, while the FUE is follicular unit extraction. Now, these are both methods of transplants, techniques of transplants, and they have their merits, okay? But I'll be telling you some of the differences between them. Now, the FUT, which is the follicular unit transfer, involves the extraction of a thin strip of skin from the back of the scalp. We call that area the donor area because that's where you get the most viable follicles for transplant. Now, that thin strip of skin is where we're going to extract the follicular units or the grafts from. Now, after extracting a sufficient number of follicular units, these will be stored in a holding solution to keep them viable. And after some time, these will be individually transplanted into the areas that are going bald. And after some time, these newly transplanted follicles start to grow. On the other hand, the FUE, that's the follicular unit extraction, involves individually extracting the follicles from the donor area. Now, the difference is, in this case, you don't have a strip of skin being removed. Rather, you have the follicular units being extracted individually. And then also, these will be checked to know how viable they are and then implanted in the areas that are going bald. So, one of the key differences that people want to know is that the FUT leaves a thin scar, while the FUE does not leave a scar. Okay? But the scar that the FUT leaves is just a thin linear scar, which your normal hair growth at the back, that's the donor area, would cover up eventually. Okay, while the FUE does not leave such a scar, but within the couple of days after the procedure, there might be some tiny areas where you have some scars, which will eventually also be covered up with hair growth. Thank you.